really like the idea for this week's challenge, seeing what would happen if we lost 6 teams from the Premier League. So what we've got is we've got the results of all the games that have been played. Oh, we've even got some future results actually, because some of the results are null, they haven't been played yet. But basically, yeah, each row at the moment is a match that has or has not been played. A fixture, if you like, as it's called there in the input step. So first of all, we're just going to work out the table, the league table as is, without worrying about removing those extra teams. So to do that, first of all, we need to work out how many points each team gets from a game. So if they win, they get 3 points. If they lose, they get 0 points. And if they draw, they get 1 point. Then we need to work out the goal difference and work out how many games they've played. And that's basically what we need to create our league table. So going ahead looking at the points, I've just created 2 calculated fields here called home points and away points. So the way that I've done that is, first of all, I have split up the result. I've gone for a custom split and I've done it on the dash, and I've made sure that I take all the values. So when I do that, I get 2 fields. If I go back in my changes steps, I can show you. So, oh, I didn't even tell you that I filtered out the null results from there. That was pretty self-explanatory, hopefully. But yeah, then once I've done those splits, I get these 2 fields just with the numeric values for the home team and the away team. So the first number here is the home result, and the second number here is the away result. So I rename those fields so it's easier to work with in my calculations. Then to create that home, oh yeah, I changed that into numbers first of all. To get rid of the spaces, make sure that we can do our calculations comparing the numbers by numeric value rather than as strings. So then let's do the calculations, the home points and the away points. So I'll just zoom in a little bit to that. So we're just saying if the home result is greater than the away result, give us 3. Otherwise, if it's equal, give us a 1, else give us a 0. Nice and simple. And then we do the exact same thing for the away points, basically, where we just kind of flip everything. So if the away result's bigger than the home result, if the away result is equal to the home result, etc. and so forth. You get the idea. So then we have these 2 extra nice columns. Then I'm going to calculate the goal difference first here. And the goal difference is just 2 different fields. So for the home goal difference, we're just doing the home result minus the away result. And for the away goal difference, we're just going to do away result minus home result. Again, nice and simple, hopefully. Easy to wrap our heads around. Now we get to pivot our data so that we don't have 1 row per game. We now want 1 row per team in that game. So we're going to be doing multiple pivots, multiple rows, columns to rows pivots. So our first one, I'm just selecting the team, so the away team and the home team. And then I'm also going to pivot the points so that they line up correctly. And then finally, I'm going to add on the goal difference that we calculated, the home and away goal difference. And you can see that Prep's quite handy here. It renames our home team away team to just be team. It renames our home away goal difference to just be goal difference. And it renames our home away points to just be points. That's quite cool. That's quite handy. So now we can do our aggregating. We can group by our team and sum up the points and goal difference. And then another thing that I've done here, let me just remove that change. So I've also added in the number of rows. So that will tell us how many games have been played. And then I just renamed that to be games played. And for some reason, when I do this in an aggregate step, usually it makes it disappear. But if I go into my clean step, it is still there. So I wouldn't worry too much when that happens. It's probably just a little small bug. So our last step that we need to do for our first output for that current league table is to do a rank. And something that's actually quite cool here. I didn't realize I'd never done this before this challenge, so thanks Tom for a great challenge. So when you're ranking based on the points, because that's what we rank on first, then you can see that we've got some duplicates or some ties. So when we rank by points, some teams have the same number of points, so we need an additional field here in order to differentiate between those ties, and we can just add in our goal difference here. And that means that it breaks those ties and we have a unique ranking. which is really cool. I didn't know that you could add in multiple ranks here. It's just not something I've ever needed to do before. So that's really, really a neat thing that I learned this week in prep. And cool, that's how we get our rankings. So this is our first output, our current league table as it stands. Basically now all we need to do is we need to go back to the start and we need to exclude from our home team and our away team all of the big six. And the way that I chose to do that is that I went into filter and I selected selected values here. And then I just went on to exclude and I ticked off the players that I didn't, the teams that I didn't want to include. So Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, etc. And I just found that was the easier way to do it for me, just selecting off those values. And yeah, the trick is just to make sure you do it for both the home and the away team. And then you can literally just pick up all of these steps, do a copy, do a paste. And if you haven't done that before, let me just show you how that works. You just need to then make sure that you drag this exclude big six step into the add at the start of this step. And then that flows through. But obviously I don't need that for this one because I've already got all of that. And there we go. That's our new updated table with West Ham at the top. So hopefully you enjoyed that challenge. I thought it was pretty neat. Thanks again to Tom, and thank you very much for watching.